Very good evening, learners. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we'll start with the session. Let others also join. Okay, let's start. Very good evening. Today we are going to start with our fourth session for marketing management. Firstly, in today's session, we are going to discuss about the segmentation part. Now, what is market segmentation? Market segmentation, student, is nothing but the process where you divide the larger market into smaller markets with more specified, defined group of consumers who share similar characteristics, their needs, their behavior. So this segmentation, what it does, it helps the business in meeting the specific needs of each group. जैसे आप मार्केट को डिवाइड करोगे अलग अलग कैटेगरीज में, तो इससे क्या होगा, आपको जो आपके गुड्स को कैटर करना है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना है, मार्केट को कैप्चर करना है, उसमें आपको पता चलेगा कि कौन से एज ग्रुप के कस्टमर्स को, कौन से कैटेगरी के कस्टमर्स को, कौन से इनकम लेवल के कस्टमर्स को क्या प्रोडक्ट चाहिए. सो इससे क्या होगा, अगर आप सेगमेंटेशन करते हो, इट विल लीड टू बेटर कस्टमर सेटिस्फैक्शन, योर हायर ब्रांड लॉयल्टी, इंक्रीज सेल्स एज वेल. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल द स्किन केयर, okay, which is normally targeted for the age group of 25 to 40 years. Okay, so this geographic segmentation is normally covering the urban areas because urban areas people are more attracted towards taking care of themselves. Yes, I know this is covered because the topics that are pending, it will be covered in this slides itself, in today's upcoming slide itself. So just a recap before we move ahead for this topics. There are different types of segmentation, students, that you have. Okay, that is demographic segmentation. Now, what is demographic? Anybody who can recollect? Demographic किसे कहते हैं? Okay. Demographic means dividing the market that is based on the demographic factor, जैसे कि age हो गया, gender हो गया, male female, income के basis पे हो गया, family size के basis पे हो गया. तो ये जब आप मार्केट को इस बेसिस पे डिवाइड करोगे, दैट इज योर डेमोग्राफिक सेगमेंटेशन. देन कम्स ज्योग्राफिक सेगमेंटेशन. Now, geographic means which is related with your geographical factors like location, you have climate, you have population density. Okay, जैसे कि जो स्नो बूट्स होते हैं, वो सबसे ज्यादा कहाँ सेल होते हैं? कोल्डर रीजन्स में, करेक्ट। आप कश्मीर जाओगे या फिर आप शिमला जाओगे, वहां पे सबसे ज्यादा आपको स्नो बूट्स मिलेंगे, करेक्ट। So companies selling the snow boots will focus where? On the colder regions. So that is on the basis of the climate. That is your geographic segmentation. Then comes psychographic segmentation. Now psychographic segmentation क्या करेगा? It will divide the market on the basis of your lifestyle, आपका social class, attitudes, interest. जैसे कि जो अर्बन एरियाज में लोग रहते हैं वो बहुत हेल्थ कॉन्शियस रहते हैं, बिकॉज दे आर लिविंग द एक्टिव लाइफ स्टाइल। ताकि उनको एक्टिव रहना है इसलिए वो क्या करेंगे? जिम ज्वाइन करेंगे। हेल्थ कॉन्शियस रहेंगे, वो एक्सरसाइज करेंगे, वेलनेस पे फोकस करेंगे, योगा पे फोकस करेंगे। देन कम्स बिहेवियरल सेगमेंटेशन। Now, behavioral segmentation means dividing the market based on the consumer behavior, like your buying patterns, product usage, the brand loyalty. Okay? कि जैसे कि मैंने लास्ट ईयर ओप्पो का एक मॉडल लॉन्च किया था, ठीक है। सो नाउ आई अंडरस्टूड दैट द कस्टमर वांट सम न्यू मॉडल व्हिच कैन गिव देम मोर कैपेसिटी of storage. So what I will do, I will upgrade that model. So that is what behavioral segmentation. Depending upon the behavior pattern of the customer, we do the changes. Firmographic, which is nothing but business to business market, where you divide the organization characteristics on the basis of the company size, industry, revenue, location. Okay. देन कम्स ओकेशन। अब ओकेशन क्या होगा? कोई स्पेसिफिक ओकेशन पे आप जो प्रोडक्ट्स खरीदते हो, जैसे कि बर्थडेज हो गए, वेडिंग्स हो गया, हॉलीडेज हो गया। ओके, so that is your occasion segmentation. Clear with this category, everybody? Okay, thank you so much. Next, we are going to talk about is targeting. Was this topic covered in the last session? Targeting? Yes, Ria? Okay. So targeting is what? You are selecting specific customers to focus on your marketing efforts on after dividing that particular larger market into small categories which are identifiable because you know that particular age group, that particular market size will be attracted towards your product. So that is targeting. Okay. Now, when you talk about targeting, there are different steps that we have. Okay. So first step that you decide when you do a targeting is market segmentation. See, अगर आपको कोई particular target age group को capture करना है, तो सबसे पहले तो आपको ये देखना होगा कि हमें कौन से basis पे वो market को break करना होगा, right? That means the overall market is segmented based on the characteristics like demographics. It could be psychographic, it could be behavior, it could be geographical. तो आपको ये चीज सबसे पहले ये ध्यान रखनी है कि कौन से सेगमेंटेशन को आप यूज करोगे फॉर टारगेट। देन यू विल इवॉल्यूएट दैट सेगमेंट। दैट मीन्स बेस्ड ऑन द फैक्टर्स लाइक साइज, क्या साइज है, कितने लोग हैं वहां पे, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी, असेसिबिलिटी, कितना इजीली आपके प्रोडक्ट्स वहां पहुंच सकते हैं, alignment with your company objectives. See, ultimately, you also need to ensure that the company's objectives are met, right? So, when you are doing targeting, when you are focusing on segmentation, do not forget about your company's objective. And after evaluating the segment, select the target market. That means decide which segment to serve based on the evaluation. कौन से segment को आपको serve करना है, ठीक है? So what is the main aim of this targeting? So the main aim, student, of targeting basically is to identify that which segment are more likely to respond positively to your products, to your services that you are offering, so that you can widen your market share. Okay. I'll do that at the end. Gauri, that point will be explained at the end, and Ram. Now, there are different types of targeting, students. Now, let us understand that. The first type of targeting is undifferentiated marketing. That is mass marketing, which is also known as. Now, what is undifferentiated? That means the company ignores the segmentation. Company कोई भी segmentation नहीं करेगी, distribution नहीं करेगी. वो पूरे के पूरे मार्केट को टारगेट करेगी विथ वन ऑफर. द बेस्ट एग्जांपल इज योर कोको कोला, पेप्सी. ओके, ये क्या करते हैं? ये किसी एज ग्रुप को कैप्चर करते हैं क्या? मार्केट को डिवाइड करते हैं क्या अलग अलग बेसिस पे? नो. दे यूज अ मास मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजी बाय ऑफरिंग द सेम प्रोडक्ट्स वर्ल्ड वाइड with a universal message of happiness that is given by Coca-Cola. Then comes differentiated marketing. अब differentiated marketing क्या करेगा? यहाँ पे कंपनी टारगेट करेगा मल्टीपल मार्केट सेगमेंट्स विद सेपरेट ऑफरिंग्स, ओके, फॉर ईच पर्टिकुलर ग्रुप. फॉर एग्जांपल, नाइकी. नाइकी क्या करता है? डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट्स ऑफर करता है डिफरेंट सेगमेंट्स को. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपको रनिंग शूज चाहिए, रनिंग शूज मिलेंगे. बास्केटबॉल शूज चाहिए, बास्केटबॉल शूज मिलेंगे. लाइफस्टाइल स्नीकर्स चाहिए, वो मिलेंगे. विद डिस्टिंक्ट मार्केटिंग कैंपेन्स फॉर ईच. हर एक चीज का प्रमोशन किया जाता है, एंड देन द कस्टमर्स आर अट्रैक्टेड टूवर्ड्स. दैट इज डिफरेंशिएटेड. मतलब आपने अलग अलग कैटेगरी को डिफरेंशिएट कर दिया. Then comes concentrated marketing. That is your niche marketing. Now, here the complete focus. See, niche marketing is nothing but a smaller. So, here the company focuses on a single, that is a smaller market segment. Okay. So, often you can say the simple word you can remember for niche is smaller. Okay. अब यहाँ पे क्या होगा? रोलेक्स. रोलेक्स क्या करता है? It targets high income individuals with the premium watches. It caters specifically to those seeking luxury status. तो यहाँ पे क्या किया जा रहा है? कंपनी एक सिंगल, एक स्मॉलर सेगमेंट को ही टारगेट कर रहा है. ही, द कंपनी इज नॉट targeting all the people worldwide. They only want that smaller people who wants to use that luxury watches. Same applies with your Apple mobile, right? iPhone. It captures the smaller market, right? So that is your niche marketing. Then comes micro marketing. Now over here, what does the company do? It tailors students the marketing efforts to suit individual customers or very smaller groups. For example, your local business that you have in the neighborhood, bakery shop, example, your grocery stores. वो क्या करता है? They specify the, they target the local customers, local communities of that area. So that is micro. Micro matlab small. Okay. For example, let's take an example of all this. See, the best example that you can take is of Apple products. So Apple targets what? Different segments on product line. iPhone, that is aim at budget conscious segment. That is iPhone SE. Okay. But iPhone Pro targets what? Tech enthusiastic professionals who wants advanced features. अब आईफोन में भी दो अलग अलग कैटेगरीज है, राइट? जिसको ज्यादा एडवांस चाहिए वो प्रो वाला खरीदेंगे, जिनको सिंपल चाहिए, बजट के अंदर चाहिए, वो एसई वाला खरीदेंगे. ठीक है. So this is the different categories that you have, the different types of targeting that is done by the companies. Any doubts over here? Okay. Now let us understand all this different types in detail. Now we just spoke about it in the small introduction part. Now we'll understand it in detail with the advantages, disadvantages, and the characteristics. Okay. So this target market strategies, what it does, firstly, it will give you students selection of your specific customers after segmentation, which develops tailored marketing approach for each segmentations, right? So here you have undifferentiated, differentiated, then you have concentrated, and the micro marketing as well. अब undifferentiated में क्या था? Larger level पे marketing करना, right? The company ignores over here the differences among the market segment, treats the entire market as a one single entity. So the goal over here basically is to appeal the largest number of customers with a universal message, with the product offering that you have. Okay. Now, what's the characteristics of the undifferentiated marketing? It focuses on what? The broad appeal, the higher volume of sales that you have, also a single marketing mix that you have over here, that is product, price, promotion, and the place that is used for the entire market. And it is suitable students for the product that meets the need of the wider audiences, that is they need the basic commodities. Now what are the advantages? Let us understand that. It is cost efficient due to the economies of scale that you have in the production, distribution, marketing. And it is very simple because you have a simple marketing plan that covers the broader audience. You don't have to go and capture every different segment over here. What are the disadvantages? You lack customization, which will result in what? Failure to meet the specific needs. See, हर एक लोगों को कोका कोला नहीं पसंद होगा, वो चाहते होंगे कि कुछ different brands चाहिए. Each age category needs some different brands, different innovation in your products. So that is lagging because of customization. Also, high competition from specialized brand that targets the niche market is also there. So that's again the disadvantage. Okay. The example that we discussed, उसी को हम continue करेंगे. The Coca-Cola. For example, जब भी early in its existing, Coca-Cola क्या करता था? It used the undifferentiated marketing strategy. वो सबको similar product देता था worldwide. But today, it uses a differentiated strategy because people need sugar-free drinks as well. So Coca-Cola कोई के अभी न्यू इनोवेशंस में आपको शुगर फ्री रिफ्रेशमेंट ड्रिंक्स भी मिलेंगे. ओके, so that's the innovation that the Coca-Cola has bought in now, depending upon the requirement of the market. But previously it used to have only single product that is only for mass selling. Differentiated marketing, that is your segmented marketing, which focuses on what? Students, multiple marketing mix that tailors the different segments, अलग अलग category के लोगों को अलग अलग तरीके के product sell करना, understanding their needs, their preferences. Okay, it requires more resources and effort compared to undifferentiated, because वहां पे आपको कोई issue नहीं था, सबको सेम ही product sell करना है. बट यहाँ पे आपको कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट्स को समझना होगा. ओके, व्हाट आर द एडवांटेजेस? It has higher customer satisfaction as the needs of various segments are met. Also, it increases your market coverage. Why? Because the potential for higher revenues from diverse group will be also large. Now, what are the disadvantages, students, over here? The disadvantages is that higher marketing cost में होगा यहाँ पे, because आप हर एक सेगमेंट को अलग अलग कैटेगरी के प्रोडक्ट्स दे रहे हो, तो जिसके वजह से आपको मल्टीपल कैंपेन्स करने पड़ेंगे, डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट लाइन बनानी पड़ेगी, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल्स अलग अलग सेट करने पड़ेंगे, राइट? ऑल्सो देर इज अ कॉम्प्लेक्स मैनेजमेंट बिकॉज ईच सेगमेंट रिक्वायर्स डिफरेंट मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटेजीज. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, the best example here is Procter and Gamble that offers different laundry products, detergent, Tide, Airtel, sorry, Tide, Ariel, right? तो ये क्या करता है, टाइड, एरियल, ये क्या करेगा, अलग अलग स्पेसिफिक कस्टमर सेगमेंट्स को कैप्चर करेगा. जिसको सेंट पसंद है वो अपने हिसाब से प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे, जिसको प्राइस से रिलेटेड कुछ रिक्वायरमेंट्स है प्रोडक्ट ऑफ डिटर्जेंट की, तो वो वैसे प्रोडक्ट खरीदेंगे डिपेंडिंग ऑन द टाइड और एरियल. जिसको स्किन सेंसिटिविटी चाहिए वो वैसे प्रोडक्ट करेंगे खरीदेंगे. So each brand has a distinct marketing campaign student targeting different segments that you have. Next comes your concentrated marketing, that is the niche marketing. Now, concentrated marketing, what are the characteristics? The company commits over here all its resources to one market segment. All the product, the marketing strategies are tailored so that you can meet the needs of specific, often under-reserved customer group. Okay. Now, what are the advantages of the niche marketing? It has a greater focus students in the specialization in the specific market, because if you are focusing only on one category, it will lead to what? Strong brand loyalty. Competition भी कम होगा market में as compared to the broader markets, because you are only capturing that niche area. So efficient use of resources also would be there. Okay. Now, what are the disadvantages? It is risky. Why? अगर niche market डाउनवर्ड जाएगा, इट विल डिक्लाइन, या फिर कंपटीशन बढ़ जाएगा मार्केट में, सो उस टाइम पे योर प्रोडक्ट विल बी एट अ स्टेक. Also there will be a limited growth potential because the market size in the niche market is small, so you are not having any opportunity to grow your market. Okay, so this is the disadvantages. For example, Rolls and Royals, which focuses on what the niche market of ultra luxury vehicles for high income individuals. So by concentrating on this affluent segment student, the brand has become synonymous with the prestige, with the luxury part. After targeting, the next topic that we are going to discuss is about the market positioning. Now, what is positioning? Positioning means how company wants its target market to perceive its product, the brand, relative to the competitors. So here what it does, it involves creating a distinct image in the mind of the customers. Customers के mind में आपके brand का image होना चाहिए. Okay. So the goal over here basically is to differentiate your product in such a way that it appeals the target audience. Now, what are the steps that you have in the market positioning? First is you will identify the competitive advantages, that is what makes your product or the service different from the market. किस तरह से आपके product में uniqueness आएगा? Quality, price, customer service. क्या unique रखोगे ताकि आपका product competitive हो market में? उसके बाद आप डेवलप करोगे positioning strategies, where you will create a positioning statement that will articulate what you want to perceive by that target segment. आप क्या मैसेज देना चाहते हो ऑडियंस को, and then you will communicate that positioning. That means you will use the marketing communication like advertising करोगे, publicity करोगे, packaging करोगे, so that you can convey the message of your product. Okay. So it is basically how a company wants its customers to perceive that particular product or service. Okay. So when you will have a successful positioning, it will clearly communicate to them the unique value of the product or service that you have, which will make it different from the competitors, making it appealing for the target audiences. Okay. Clear? Okay. Okay. The example I'll give you over here. Volvo. Everybody knows Volvo. Now, Volvo buses that you have is famous for what? Safety, right? Second, Apple is famous for what? Innovation, user friendly. So this is what? The image of that product or the service in the mind of the customers. Okay. Now, what are the different positioning strategies that you use? The first is your positioning based on product attributes or benefits. Now, this strategy will highlight to them the specific product that will benefit the differentiate your product from the competitors. आपके प्रोडक्ट में ऐसा क्या अलग है compared to different product? The focus is on what product does the best. तो यहाँ पे आप क्या करोगे, ये जब फर्स्ट वाला पोजीशनिंग स्ट्रैटेजी यूज करोगे जहाँ पे आपके प्रोडक्ट एट्रीब्यूट्स रहेंगे, वहां पे आप ये देखोगे कि कस्टमर को कैसे बेनिफिट हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सेंसोडाइन टूथपेस्ट, it's the best solution for the people with sensitive teeth, right? Those who want to reduce sensitivity. So that is what the attribute. Second strategy is positioning based on price. जो ज्यादा प्राइस से रिलेटेड फोकस करते हैं, either by being more affordable or you can say most premium in the market. So this strategy is often used in the market where price plays a significant role in the customer decision making. For example, low cost positioning, जहाँ पे बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है वॉलमार्ट का, which itself is a retailer that offers everyday low prices. Second, premium positioning on the basis of price है Rolex watches, which provides you luxury band, right? High quality watches. The next strategy that you have is based on the use or application. Okay, so this strategy focuses on what? Positioning the product for a specific use of case or situation. Simple. Vicks Vaporub. क्यों यूज करते हो आप? कोल्ड जब होगा, कफ जब होगा, because it emphasizes what? The effectiveness for night time relief. तो किस यूज के लिए वो प्रोडक्ट को आपने यूज किया? कोल्ड एंड कफ से रिलीफ आने के लिए. So that is positioning based on use or application. Then comes your positioning based on product class or category. So here you have a position of your product as a leader, okay, with which makes you can say unique from your competitors. 7-Up, okay, which is famous position as uncola, setting itself apart from the cold drinks, which is dominated like your Coca-Cola, your Pepsi. The next strategy that you have is based on the competitor. Now this strategy, see the name itself tells you. You're a brand or the product directly, it is against your competitor. The goal is to highlight why the company product is superior. आपके competitor से अच्छा क्यों है आपका product? Pepsi often positions itself against what? Its competitor Coca-Cola. because it emphasizes its brand as what? The choice of new generation. तो एक दूसरे से कॉम्पीट करते करते वो क्या कर रहे हैं, अपने आप को बेटर दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. Positioning based on quality. Yes, companies over here focus on what the quality of their offerings. Those who are willing to pay more for the superior quality. Apple, iPhone, high quality premium devices with superior technology, user experiences is the best example of quality. Positioning based on lifestyle or the image. Now here what you do? Now here the product students are associated with your lifestyle. Identify that what customer aspire. The best example that we took before also, Nike products, which itself is a brand for athletics. Those who want to aspire to be active, high performance, you can say lifestyle. What is their message? Anybody who knows what's the message of Nike? It's very famous. Yes. नाइकी का टैगलाइन क्या है? जस्ट डू इट. ये कैंपेन अलाइन करता है ब्रांड के साथ विद द स्पिरिट ऑफ डिटर्मिनेशन एंड अचीवमेंट. तो नाइकी के जब भी आप प्रोडक्ट्स लोगे उसके वहां लिखा होगा जस्ट डू इट. ओके. देन कम्स पोजिशनिंग बेस्ड ऑन द प्रॉब्लम सॉल्यूशन. So this is commonly used students for the products that offer practical everyday solutions. The best example, Band-Aid, which is an adhesive bandages as the best and more reliable solutions that you have when there is a minor cut, injuries, right? Because it does what? It does the job of healing that injury. तो आपके प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन मिल गया. ओके. तो अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट की अलग अलग कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स होगी. अब वो कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के बेसिस पे आप किस तरह से लोगों के मार्केट को कैप्चर करोगे. That is your positioning of strategies that you have. Now, how are you going to develop this positioning strategies? The first is student, you will identify the target audience. मतलब आप समझोगे कि customers की needs क्या है, preferences क्या है. अब इसके लिए आपको क्या करना होगा? मार्केट रिसर्च करना होगा. ओके. कि कस्टमर्स क्या प्रोडक्ट चाह रहे हैं, क्या सर्विस चाह रहे हैं. आफ्टर दैट यू विल एनालाइज द कॉम्पिटिटर्स. आपको ये भी देखना होगा कि आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स कौन कौन है मार्केट में, किस तरह से वो अपने प्रोडक्ट्स को सेल कर रहे हैं. आइडेंटिफाई द गैप इन देयर प्रोडक्ट्स, ताकि वो गैप आपके लिए एक एडवांटेज बन जाए. देन डिफाइन द यूएसपी, दैट इज यूनिक सेलिंग प्रपोजिशन. आपके कॉम्पिटिटर्स से अच्छा प्रोडक्ट आपका होना चाहिए ताकि लोग आपके प्रोडक्ट्स को खरीदे. That is unique attributes, benefits, solutions that you should have. Then craft a positioning statement. ऐसे statement बनाओ कि लोग आपके प्रोडक्ट्स को खरीदने के लिए 10 बार सोचेंगे. It means they will be attracted towards purchasing your product. Okay. For example, who the product is for. Okay. What the product offers that audience cares about. For example, for health conscious individuals who are looking for hydration, refreshing hydration, उनके लिए आप Vita Coco है, which is a natural coconut water that offers you hydration, essential nutrients without any artificial additives. Then communicate and reinforce that positioning. Once the positioning strategy is developed, it needs to be consistently communicated. That is through marketing activities like advertising, packaging, customer service, product design. Otherwise, customers को कैसे पता चलेगा कि आपके क्या products है? Okay. Example of effective market position. The first example that you can take is of Tesla. Tesla, it's an innovative, environment-friendly electric vehicle manufacturer. It highlights what, student? It highlights the high-tech performance and the environmental sustainability. अब टेस्ला का पोजिशनिंग स्टेटमेंट क्या है, किसी को पता है? Okay, I'll write it over. It is for, let me first write it, then explain. I'll explain. Environmental conscious consumers who demand high performance. Tesla offers electric vehicles that deliver superior driving experience and help reduce carbon emission. See, अगर आप normal कार्स को ड्राइव करते हो उसमें से कार्बन निकलता है, राइट, बट टेस्ला के कार्स इज इलेक्ट्रिक, so here it is reducing your carbon emission, so which is very good for the environment, right? So for environmentally conscious customers who demand high performance, so Tesla that type of product it gives to the customers who are looking out for environment friendly cars. Next we have Starbucks. Starbucks किसके लिए famous है? Premium coffee brand, we all know this, right? Which offers you more than just coffee. It sells a coffee house experience that everybody is aware of. So what is their statement? It's like, for coffee lovers who seek premium coffee experience, Starbucks has a high quality coffee welcoming environment where people can connect, work and relax. तो ये जो स्टेटमेंट होते हैं ना, ये अट्रैक्टिव होते हैं, जिससे आपके कस्टमर्स को आप टारगेट कर सकते हो टुवर्ड्स योर प्रोडक्ट. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट इज repositioning. Now in some cases, students, what happens? A company needs to reposition its product or brand. Now this involves what? Changing the product the market is perceived. This is because of the customer preferences, their market condition. For example, Old Spice, traditionally which was seen as a brand for older men. Now, Old Spice is repositioned itself with humorous, bold advertising campaigns targeting male consumers. So the new message over here, it helped rejuvenate that product, expand its customer base, right? So market positioning, you can say, is a very critical component that you have for the company's marketing strategy, because it will define how a product is perceived in the mind of the consumers. Choosing the right positioning strategy, whether it is based on the attribute, whether it is based on the lifestyle, whether it is based on the price, the quality, it will help the business to differentiate them from the competitors and attract the customers. Okay, so this is about your targeting, positioning, and repositioning. Now, I think somebody had a doubt on geographic. Now, geographic segmentation. I think it was around. See, geographic का मतलब क्या होता है? यहाँ पे आप मार्केट को डिवाइड करोगे ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ जोग्राफिकल फैक्टर्स. अब ज्योग्राफी में क्या क्या आता है? आपका लोकेशन आता है, आपका क्लाइमेट आता है, पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी आता है, रीजन आता है. तो जब आप वो पर्टिकुलर टारगेट को कैप्चर करते हो, वहाँ के कस्टमर्स को कैप्चर करते हो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द लोकेशन, देयर क्लाइमेट, of the region, the population density, and you sell the product according to that requirement. It is geographic segmentation. Then the next question was on psychographic segmentation. Now, psychographic matlab depending upon the thinking, okay? कि लोगों की लाइफस्टाइल कैसी होनी चाहिए, लोगों के वैल्यूज क्या है, एटीट्यूड्स क्या है, किस में इंटरेस्ट है. अब फॉर एग्जाम्पल जो ज्यादा यू कैन से हेल्थ कॉन्शियस है, वो क्या करेंगे, जिम ज्वाइन करेंगे, योगा प्रेफर करेंगे. सो दैट इज व्हाट द फिटनेस ब्रांड दे आर अट्रैक्टेड टू. ओके, क्लियर गौरी एंड राम? Okay. Anybody, any more doubts on any of the topics that we discussed? Okay. Now let's. Okay. Demographic. Demographic क्या होता है? Demographic is basically based on the age, gender. कौन से एज ग्रुप को आप कैप्चर करोगे? 15 to 25 years, 45+ years, 60+ years. तो उस तरह से आप प्रोडक्ट को मार्केट में लेके आओगे, उस तरह से आप एडवर्टाइजिंग करोगे ताकि वो एज ग्रुप के लोग आपके प्रोडक्ट खरीद सके. इफ यू normally develop, or you can say manufacture skincare products. Nowadays, male and female both are skin conscious, but previously the products for skincare was targeted for females specifically. So जब आप एज को कैटेगराइज करते हो, जब आप जेंडर को टेक केयर करते हो, इनकम को टेक केयर करते हो, दैट इज योर डेमोग्राफिक. क्लियर संजय? Behavior means on the basis of their behavior you divide the market. Okay, like it could be on the basis of your simple example that I can give you is the buying pattern. Product, अगर आपने लेट्स से कोलगेट खरीदा, सो आपका एक पैटर्न है कि नहीं मुझे कोलगेट का टूथपेस्ट ही चाहिए. आई कैन नॉट गो टू पेप्सोडेंट, आई कैन नॉट गो टू सेंसोडाइन, राइट? बिकॉज आई एम यूज टू दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट. तो वो आपका बिहेवियर बन चुका है कि आप यूज टू हो गए वो पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट के लिए. अनलेस एंड अनटिल कोलगेट ब्रिंग्स some new innovation, you will not change your preferences. Now clear, Sanjay? Firmographic is nothing but जहां पे आप पर्टिकुलर मार्केट को डिवाइड करते हो ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द बिजनेस रिक्वायरमेंट. जैसे कि सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी, अब सॉफ्टवेयर कंपनी क्या करेगी, किसको टारगेट करेगी? स्मॉल बिजनेस को टारगेट करेगी, मिड साइज कंपनी को टारगेट करेगी, लार्ज कंपनीज को टारगेट करेगी. एंड ओकेशन इज व्हाट, इट्स वेरी सेल्फ एक्सप्लेनेटरी. लाइक ओकेशन, अगर कोई स्पेशल इवेंट्स है, कोई ओकेशन है, उस टाइम पे आप जो प्रोडक्ट खरीदोगे, दैट इज ओकेशन सेगमेंटेशन. ओके, fine. So let's do one quick question answer session to understand how much you have understood from today's topic. Even if your answers are wrong, no worries, but try to answer, okay? What is the main goal of market segmentation? To reach as many people as possible, to differentiate products from competitors, to divide a broad market into smaller, more manageable groups, or to increase the company's sales without changing its product. Prakriti, Nancy, Krupali, okay, Nikhil, Shivani, Madhumita, Roshan. No, Madhumita, you're wrong, dear. Roshan, correct. Saha, Sanjay Laha is correct. Sachin is correct. See, there are many names coming in the chat box. I am randomly picking up some names, so don't feel bad if I didn't speak out your name, okay? Because there are almost 81 learners, so everybody name I cannot take. Your answers are correct. सी, मार्केट सेगमेंटेशन हमने क्या कहा था? एक सिंपल याद करो, सेगमेंट करना मतलब एक बड़े मार्केट को छोटे छोटे पार्ट में डिवाइड करना. segmentation is nothing but dividing into smaller groups. तो यहाँ पे आपने क्या किया, रीच एज मेनी एज पॉसिबल, नहीं ये तो रॉन्ग है। कुछ कॉम्पिटिटर से अलग होना प्रोडक्ट, नहीं ये भी गलत है। बट मार्केट सेगमेंटेशन में आप क्या करते हो, एक बड़े मार्केट को छोटे छोटे कैटेगरीज में डिवाइड करते हो। ओके, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, in which targeting strategy does a company develop unique products? Marketing approach for different segments. It is undifferentiated marketing, concentrated marketing, differentiated marketing, या micro marketing. Yes, the answer is correct. It is differentiating. Differentiating में ही था जहां पे आप यूनिक प्रोडक्ट बनाओगे। अनडिफरेंशिएटेड में था आप मास, कॉन्सेंट्रेट में क्या था कि आप एक ही प्रोडक्ट को यूज बना रहे हो, राइट। बट डिफरेंशिएटेड में आप यूनिक यूनिक प्रोडक्ट्स बना रहे हो। जैसे कि फॉर एग्जांपल 15 टू 25 एज ग्रुप के कैटेगरी के लिए आपने अलग प्रोडक्ट बनाया, 30 टू 40 एज ग्रुप कैटेगरी के लिए आपने अलग प्रोडक्ट बनाया। सो दैट इज व्हाट डिफरेंशिएटेड स्टेटस। ओके, so let us see whether our answers are correct. Yes, our answers are correct. So the main goal of market segmentation is to divide a broad market into smaller, more manageable group. Why? Because the purpose only of market segmentation is to divide that market into the distinct group. That is based on what? The common characteristics, so that you can target them more effectively. And the second question, in which a company develops unique products and marketing approaches, is your differentiated marketing, because here you target multiple segments with distinct products. Marketing, which mixes with each segment that you have. Okay, clear? Okay. So any doubts, any questions that you all have, students, for today's session? Anybody? Yes, no, maybe. Any doubts? Okay, thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Krupali. Thank you, Sanjay. See, this all topics that we have in this particular subject are like self-explanatory. You deal with this, you are used to this in your everyday life. So you can relate it very easily, okay? So you can write it in your own words as well. Thank you, Shobha. Thank you, Mohammed Anas. Okay, so I think no doubts. So we can end the session here. Okay. So thank you, students, for attending today's session. We'll meet in the next session. Thank you. Have a great day. Take care. Thank you, everybody.